Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the Wrestling Classic. Justin here, live from the Vibe with the first ever episode of the TWC Report. And yeah, for those of you who know me, ooh, yeah, what up? And for those of you who don't, my name is Justin. I'm the Wrestling Classic on Instagram. I'm the founder and creator of the Wrestling Classic. I will be responding to you guys in all your comments to what our opinions and thoughts are. We're fans just like all of you. The only thing I know about professional wrestling is I know nothing at all, but I'm very passionate about it. I got lots of thoughts, ideas, and creative opinions, and so do my co-host now.
Wow, you said something smart.
Oh, thanks.
Wow, I'm speechless.
You know what I mean? Like, have him beat someone that is established on the
you really
Smackdown brand.
You're getting serious here.
No, it's silly to me.
Yeah.
But is there anything else wrong you want to talk about?
It's WWE, bro. A lot of it's silly.
How about
That's why we watch it.
How about anything else you want to touch on? Big Show's getting a Netflix sitcom. Yeah. Shout out to the Big Show. You know how much I love him.
The greatest of all
time.
Icon.
Paul White, baby.
Your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler.
Oh yeah, dude. Everybody, dude, and he's fit, man.
I will be binge watching that.
I'm excited.
Will you join me?
No, 100%, dude.
Yes.
Big Show's the man.
Bring more pizza.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Pizza's good. I don't think there's anything else, man. Is there anything else we need to touch on this week?
No, it's been a great first episode.
Second episode.
No, we don't count the pilot.
We do.
All right.
This is the TWC show now, not the TWC report as it was last week. So a little upgrade. So me and Devon, we don't agree on everything, so it's a little bit more of a battle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit more of a debate.
I mean, hit the comments if you have anything you want us to talk about.
We want you guys to debate too, man. Whose opinion do you agree with? His or mine? Do you guys enjoy some of the fantasy booking stuff we talked about? As you can see, we have Blade Hart here, live from Calgary on the TWC show for the third episode. What's going on, Blade? How's it going?
What's up, brother? Good to see the Wrestling Classic. You know, I've been a day one guy. Come on.
I know. Really want to bring you on, Blade. I think this all kind of started again because I posted that video of Bret, your dad, Bret the Hitman Hart. That was weird for me just to say it that way. And the Macho Man, and how they call themselves the Space Cowboys. And I had a few people ask me how they came up with that name. And I was like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe it's something to do with Canada and Calgary. Maybe it's because, Macho wore cowboy hats and stuff. It was a mix. And you jumped in and you said, the story. And I know initially I said I wanted you to come on to share the story about how your dad and the Macho Man came up with the nickname the Space Cowboys.
So it's pretty interesting. You remember the song by Steve Miller Band, Joker?
Yeah, I love that song. Oh,
that's a great song. Great classic song. Hey, very first lyric of that song. That was like back when that song was coming out. So I was talking to my dad after I messaged that because I knew that story.
Yeah.
So if you watch the first promo, I think my dad calls him Space Cowboy.
Yeah.
Tell me after they cut the promo, like Randy was almost choked that he didn't come up with that idea. He's like, how did you come up with that, brother? And was going off about it. And he was like, I love it, man. I love it. And then they did that next promo where they're together. And they're calling each other Space Cowboys and all that. It was pretty sweet, but that's all that Steve Miller Band song. Which is
He's back. Sasha Banks is back. I couldn't hold it in. Got to talk about that right off the bat because she is my favorite. Sasha Banks is back, baby.
It's boss time.
It's insane, dude. I was so happy. I was so excited. I was actually on my feet, not sitting down. So much adrenaline running through my body. I jumped up and clapped. It was really weird. It was a really weird moment. But the boss is back, and she's back right. She's back as a heel. She's badder. She's bigger. Not bigger. She's badder. She's better, and she's bluer.
Dabba-dee, dabba-die.
Yeah, dude. She's blue, and if she was green, she would die. Is that what the words were?
Oh, she's blue.
Shout out to the Street Profits.
Yeah, Red Cup life, baby.
Having a cold one for the Street Profits.
All we need is Nate to join us.
Woo! I'm joking about Nate.
That wasn't bad. Way better than Charlotte's woo.
Ooh, shots fired.
You know they're taking this guy seriously.
He
for
won't
once.
see the sun again. It's the best, dude.
Yeah,
for years to come. I'm gonna sing it.
Take him ahead.
Broken out of love. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, I'm hyped, man. Super hyped. I'm very weird that you took your headphones off of my beautiful singing voice.
Yeah,
but
like
Braze,
songbird of our generation.
Yeah, man. I know.
Mixture of Fergie and Jesus.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Don't remember the Beatles.
Yeah.
Bigger than Jesus.
Of course I remember the Beatles.
But do you though?
Yeah.
Do you though?
You introduced me to them.
I know. You're welcome.
Yeah.
But I want them to be successful. I want people to know what's going on there. Like even myself, like anytime I see something intriguing from AEW, I want to post about it. So yeah, I post about WWE majority of the time. But if something cool happens in Japan, if something cool happens in AEW, I want you guys to know about it too because I want everyone to love wrestling for what wrestling is.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
And AEW is doing a lot of stuff that makes me kind of embarrassed to be a wrestling fan at times. And that's the stuff I don't like.
And I also hold double standards a lot. Like, and you know this for a fact. When I talk about New Japan, I'm like totally okay with just the wrestling. Like, I look at New Japan, I'm like, I love the wrestling in New Japan. But I expect sports entertainment from the WWE. I expect them to entertain me with stories and stuff. I don't expect that from New Japan. I expect really good wrestling. I don't have a set expectation for AEW yet. I know, but this is so close together. Like, it's at the same time, SummerSlam, blah, blah, blah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It's broken. But anyways,
You were just talking about how much you liked it.
I do like it.
How the hell is it broken then?
I just wanted to disagree with you.
You always like the dumb shit and then complain about stuff that's actually good. I don't understand you.
What was dumb about this?
You're saying it's dumb.
It's not dumb.
Because it's a repeat.
I'm saying it's interesting that it's the same as last year.
Wendy.
Yeah, watch what happens. And then
I should see Randy Orton punt his kid in the head.
I was about to get to the point
Starts making out with Kofi's wife or something.
that what happened, he should.
Yeah.
He should. That point where he DDT'd Kofi in the back in the gorilla, I'm like, that should have happened to the kid. Like, what's going on here?
Right? Hell yeah.
It was something like he should have been like Eddie Guerrero the kid and like hanging out with them and stuff, like, oh look, your kid's a big Randy Orton fan. Like
Yeah, it wouldn't work with a black kid, I don't think.
Not like that, not the whole I'm the father, but like make him a fan of his and
I'm your puppy, Dominic.
Yeah, none of that. Speaking about that, I don't even think we talked about that last week. How big is Dominic compared to his dad?
Quite.
Dude,
Quite
like
big.
When he was
that one week where he put Ray on his shoulders, I was like, oh my god.
Dude, is it Pac or Pac? Because they kept saying Pac, and I always thought it was Pac.
I don't care. It's Pac. I don't care.
It's Pac to me, right?
Just like it's GIF and not GIF. I don't.
Yeah.
You can't tell me otherwise.
Fair game, dude. Because I was like, they kept saying Pac, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's
But
Pac.
like he's British, and British people wouldn't say Pac.
That makes sense.
So I don't know.
I was like, I didn't pick up on it until someone commented on my page. Like, what is it, Pac or Pac? I'm like,
I've heard enough people saying Pac to think that's probably what it is. But I'm not gonna start saying it that way.
I think it's Pac. I just go at Tupac, Pac. It's just how my brain works. But that was
a little bit of the bubbly. The greatest thing on the internet right now. I swear.
Dude, but he left a really cool comment about meeting Macho Man. Like the summer before he passed away. So like the summer of 2010.
Nice.
And he commented on that. And he was like, I was able to track him down many years ago, Macho Man, and was able to ask him, among other things, had Vince let him be the one to beat Backlund at Rumble 95. So you remember Diesel was a champion by beating Bob Backlund
8 seconds
in 94. Yeah. This is a little history lesson people didn't know. Bret Hart was a champ. Lost her to Bob Backlund. I think it was Survivor Series or something.
Yeah, when Owen had his mom throw in the towel.
Yeah. And then Bob Backlund lost the belt that same month, pretty much right
house
after
show.
Diesel at a house show in the Garden. And
Jackknife 1, 2, 3.
And Diesel was the champion for all in 95. So the artist, I'm just gonna call him the artist. I don't know his real name right now, but the artist was like
Art Vandelay.
He asked Savage if Vince let him beat Backlund at the Rumble 95, allowing Bob at least a little tighter run as a heel champ, and then going to Mania 11 to face and drop the belt to Bret, if he would have stayed in the WWE. And he said Macho Man said he would. He told me that he loved Bret to death. After Macho Man passed, Bret told me that Lanny told him that Randy said those exact same words that he said to me, because he's met Bret a bunch of times and had this conversation too. And he's like, and he loved Bret to death like a brother. And then he's like, just in case you're curious, other stuff he told me is that he was thinking of doing and working on a book, was starting to go back to the gym and get in shape.
Oh.
He never said if it was for health reasons or for a return, and this was the summer before he died, and that he would go back to the WWE, though not go back on the road full time, but never had the serious conversation with Vince that was needed before anything was even considered.
Oh.
He was one of my true heroes, great guy.
Oh, that's so sad.
And then the struggle behind being the wrestling classic before this story is about that. Like, I was sleeping on the floor of the hotel room. My gig was to make sure there's beer there. Like, I was barely not supposed to be there. I got rejected for Media Row like literally the week before WrestleMania, so I had to like book a flight last minute, get WrestleMania tickets last minute. Like, nothing was planned for this trip. And everyone's like, oh, you're the wrestling, you need to go with cool stuff. Like, no, I make the stuff happen. I don't get to just do it. No one's giving me stuff. I'm not a millionaire. Like this, yeah, like I'm just a go-getter. I want to make this stuff happen. So anyways, I'm in New Orleans, and I was supposed to go to Media Row. I suited up, I got ready to go and everything, and I got the no, I'm getting pushed back. Sorry, bro, I can't get you in. So I'm like, okay, so what do I do? So I'm like, okay, I'll go to WrestleCon. Danielle's there, Summer Rae. I was like, we made a deal to swap T-shirts anyway. She doesn't give me one of her shirts. I was going to give her a Wrestling Classic shirt. I'm like, yeah, I'll go meet up with her. And AJ, Lady Kane, she was there. She wanted me to do something for some high snobbery documentary she was doing. So I was like, okay, I'll meet up with her too. And maybe I'll do something for a vintage CE thing. So I went there, and I just out of like, with no thought process in it, I just kind of threw on this jacket. It was a Bret Hart Stone Cold Chalkland jacket, WrestleMania 13 special. Like, that's my favorite match of all time, if anyone's wondering. And we go to WrestleCon and whatever. I'm just in this. Like, honestly, I wish I could go back and do it again sometimes, for little reasons. There's reasons why I wish I did that, and reasons why I don't. Because the experience was amazing. I'm here with you, but like when I see the guys I grew up watching, like the Stone Colds and the Shawn Michaels
That
and the Ric
childhood
Flairs,
feeling
like
comes back.
that's different because I grew up watching these guys, and I look at them differently. The way I look at like a Randy Orton or a Sheamus, like it's different. Like I want to be like buddies with you guys.
Yeah.
Like, let's be cool, let's be friends. But I look at those guys and I'm just like, and Brett was my hero growing up. Like I met you when I was 6 and I cried. Now I met you and you knew my name, and you pulled me up. Like that's so cool, man. It's crazy how life can work if you just try.
Seriously.
You just
what the wrestling class is
step
for
out
you.
of your comfort zone and try. And back to the Young Bucks story. I walked past them and then I introduced myself. And they're like, "Oh, how's it going, man?" Like, 'cause he recognizes the Wrestling Classic and you like the page. And then I was like, I can't skip the line. I'm like, I just skipped the line over there, man. I don't want to skip the line. You guys are a real long line. I just really want to introduce myself. And now when I look back, I'm like, I probably should talk to them
Probably.
a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Probably should have taken more of advantage of that situation.
Regrets.
Mostly that that Matt recognized me and he was like, "Hey, yeah, no, your page is great." And I'm like, I can't talk to you guys. You guys, so many people wait. I felt bad.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely felt bad. I'm like, I don't want to skip because I know when Brett pulled me online, took me in front, I saw how people looked at me. Like, who the? I think it's good to hear other opinions.
I loved WrestleMania 9. Everybody
Yeah.
hates it.
I think it's good to have your own opinions. I think it's good to have thoughts and stuff and read other people's thoughts and compare and contrast. But I always think you should always have your own opinions. And I make it a big thing on my page, like on the Wrestling Classic, that we can all agree to disagree. If I post MJF and I'm giving him praise, and yeah, there's obviously a little bias there when I praise MJF. If someone comes in and says he's overrated, yeah, sure, it's a subjective
And
thing.
see, I
Wrestling's
think-
subjective.
And I think that's how you said, like on Instagram.
Yeah.
There's this kind of, especially in your comments, I don't go on it a lot because I
Yeah.
don't really use Instagram, but I see there is more healthy, productive discussion within your comments because, there's this general consensus, okay, we can agree to disagree. And I think a lot of that doesn't exist on Twitter, and it makes everything else seem so much more negative because there probably is people out there who choose to stay silent because they don't want their positivity to get shit on.
Do you think there's a stigma on Twitter, though? Because on Instagram, you're not necessarily looking to get reposted.
No, it's about the conversation. It's about the dialogue.
Because sometimes I think people will say things too because they want those retweets. They want those likes.
Well, like how you you like to do your fantasy booking stuff, right? So you'll throw your ideas on Instagram, and people might say, "Hey, that's a really cool idea," or
And
people will say, "Oh, that's okay, but how about this?"
Yeah.
Whereas it would just be nothing but insults and people calling you names on Twitter for sure.
It's just so
And
weird.
it's just like, that's just what I thought would be a cool idea. You don't have to like it.
I know what I have a love affair with? A girl called Carmella. Wow, can't even say her name. And she is the new 24/7 champion, which, we're rocking the Carmella jacket because Mella has money and she's the 24/7 champion.
The things that he actually needs to pronounce properly, he messes up somehow.
I know. I don't know.
It's Maestro.
Yeah, and it's Carmella.
Carmella. What are you, from Boston? New York?
Let me tell
Hey,
you about
Carmella, you want a pizza?
Okay, Carmella.
Yeah.
Carmella is the new 24/7 champion. I think we're both too tired for this show. I don't know.
Eller.
Hey. Anyways, Carmella's the new 24/7 champion. She beat R-Truth. I give a huge shout out to someone who's probably never going to listen to this show, Carmella. She told me months ago when I saw her at Monday Night Raw that the TWC sweater that I gave her was going to show up on Total Divas, and she wore it on there and whatnot. And I thought, okay, maybe it's going to be one of those situations where it's like quickly showing them backstage getting their makeup done and just walking, and the sweater's going to pop up. Or like maybe it was going to get edited out. I'm like, Total Divas is a reality TV show. It gets heavily edited, whatnot. But she wore it in a very pivotal moment of the show where she made the first reference to her dating Corey Graves when she broke the news to Sonya Deville, and it was in there for a whole segment, and I was like, yo, that's super cool. And I woke up.
I can't believe you didn't message me bragging me. This is the first time hearing about this.
Oh, you didn't know?
I'm surprised you didn't message me bragging about it.
I posted about it. I was going hype.
I don't go on Instagram.
I might have tweeted it out too. So basically, for a whole scene, she's rocking the wrestling sweater.
I would have been genuinely excited for you. Why did you say nothing?
I thought you knew.
How would I know that? I don't watch Total Divas, man. Give me a break. I barely want to watch Raw.
So basically what happens, I didn't know either, because obviously Total Divas comes on Wednesdays for us in Canada. And it airs on Tuesdays. And I like Tuesday night, like my DM started getting flooded with everyone sending me screenshots and stuff.
Which logo was it? Donut the Globe?
Both, because I gave her a crop top hoodie. Yeah. So on the back has the OG logo. Right. And on the front has the globe. Yeah. So when she's opening the door, you see the back of the hoodie, and then when she's sitting down, you can see the logo. And
that's awesome.
I'm like, that's so cool, because obviously, and that just like I'm such a big Carmella fan. I think she's a great person, and she's funny and entertaining on television as well. Mm-hmm. So for her to do that, That's super cool. You know, I gave her that hoodie. I didn't expect her to take pictures or anything. It was just kind of like a fan thing. And not only did she take a picture in it once, she wore it on an episode of Total Divas.
And you know what, though? The stuff you put out's super comfortable.
Yeah.
So I don't really blame
you,
her. Yeah.
I appreciate that. So
I'm due for a new shirt.
They're coming, don't worry. And anybody else that wants a new shirt, twcshop.com. But honestly, shout out to Carmela, because I've given shirts to a ton of wrestlers and stuff. You know, it's just, you know, my own little propaganda of trying to get shirts under wrestlers and stuff.
It's good promotion, man.
And a lot of them have shown love when it comes to Jinder and Sheamus, and Sasha wore hers like once, but I think wearing it on Total Divas, it's a pretty big deal, man, on the E Network. And the fact that she said that she did that a couple of months ago, I was expecting it, but I still got really shocked when I saw it.
Yeah,
I got really excited.
I would have been pumped.
I definitely will show you that after. I'm surprised I didn't show you that.
Yeah,
really
that's
weird.
usually you would. I'm surprised you texted me. Didn't text me before the commercial was over.
I know. See, as the Sasha fan that I'm
you keep
excited.
talking about Sasha. I'm just gonna take a leak. You just keep talking.
Are you
about
okay?
Sasha. Yeah.
You're leaving. This is the first, guys.
Yeah, I mean it's whatever. Sasha Banks Appreciation Hour, right?
Anyways, the limo showed up, and I thought CM Punk was going to come with the limo with Vince or something. This is the first. Devin just walked off the set. I don't even know. I don't even know what to do here, guys.
2 shows without me. It's pretty much like talking by yourself.
What? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the Wrestling Classic Justin here, back for the TWC Show. I got 2 guests here. We got a panel rocking, man. After watching all this panel stuff on Fox Sports and USA Network during this draft, I'm like, we got to get our own panel going. We got to get our own 3 or 4 different opinions to get this show rocking. So I got the OG. We got the original. We got D. Lal here, as he is every other week, the man. And Anil, the wrestling fan from episode 1 a long time ago.
We're back.
After 13 episodes, the return, and for all the promos, man. We got that out of the
get
way.
down on the dance floor.
Now it's time to talk about professional wrestling.
Yeah, you went through a lot of work for a trash-ass draft.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Big shock was SmackDown picked The Fiend for their second pick.
What's shocking about that? He's the most popular guy on the roster.
No, I almost thought that he was going to stay on. I thought he was going to stay on Raw.
Why?
Would have made more sense.
Just because you thought that doesn't mean it's a shock. It might be surprising.
It was shocking to me. I was like, whoa.
There's some more words in the English language.
I mean, my bad. I picked shocked because I was shocked. I'm like, why?
Literally the most popular guy on the entire roster. This guy, they had him interrupting NFL games. You're shocked.
He interrupted an NFL game?
Yeah, they showed his face. They did one of those things.
Oh, man. This is why we got the sports vibe today, guys.
Yeah,
That's insane.
You wouldn't know. You've probably never watched a football game in your life.
Man, I gotta start watching the soccer. The Fiend, guys, I do want to appreciate both you guys being on. Obviously, Devin, we'll see you next week.
This guy's been trying to replace me since day one.
I wasn't replacing you. I wanted to have a panel.
As a producer, I walk in here every day, and he's just like, "Oh, who else we can get in that chair, man?"
I wanted a panel. And how many weeks have I wanted?
He's been asking for like the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I wanted a 3-man booth. I wanted to try the 3-man thing and see how it felt.
This is fun.
It was a good thing. It wasn't just me talking away for hours and us, you know.
I feel like me and Devin are a lot on the same page, and we just like to it's like a gang up on you right now.
Wasn't expecting
fine.
that. I was expecting to disagree with everybody, but again, just disagreeing with you.
Yeah, So welcome to my life, guys.
This guy was shocked the Fiend went in round 1.
I was shocked. Not that he went in round 1.
Are you kidding me?
I was shocked that he got drafted to SmackDown.
Oh, well, his lights are red. I thought he was going to Raw.
Please do not fuck up the Fiend. That's
Other do. My boy, Nick Lamb. Introduce yourself. How's it going, brother?
Yes, your boy is reunited with his boy Justin.
I'm actually so happy you're on here, man. Eye patch and all in Halloween spirit. How's it going, brother?
I'm good. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Frank, and if you don't know, now you know.
As you can tell, both of us are rocking Mr. Phil Brooks, CM Punk, because he's back, and we're going to talk about that. And when I respond, then they backtrack.
If you get virtually bitch slapped by Justin, who's so bad with words, you need to rethink your life.
I'm good with words typing it. I'm
You
bad
are
with
not a
words
good
talking
arguer. You are not a good arguer.
I can't argue with you, Mr. Lawyer, man.
And you're not good at making points.
Because you're a lawyer. You try to lawyer me all the time.
That's not true.
With law.
I sell real estate.
The law of life. No, you don't.
And
like just someone cool.
Yeah, if they want the match to get booed out of the building, sure, put Seth Rollins in there.
Imagine being Daniel Bryan, because he's the most consistent guy in the regard.
Yeah, the guy fighting the Fiend's really going to show up at War Games.
And the Fiend shows up and they continue their storyline there, and it's like, what's going on here?
You hope it's Big Show.
If it was, oh my God. Goodbye, Undisputed Era. Rest in peace.
Yo, when the hell is Edge coming back?
Huh? For Devin. And then we got a very special guest who I've been wanting on the show since day one, but is finally here to do the thing. Mrs. Lady Kane herself. Yes, the original Lady Kane. AJ, keep me. You might know her on Instagram. Welcome. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Thanks for having me. Sorry I couldn't be there.
I know. Like, it would have been nice if you drove up, but that's okay. I didn't just get you the Bret Hart jacket. I actually got you 2 jackets.
Oh, nice.
But I didn't give you the other one because I wanted to give it to you on the show.
Oh, sweet.
Because the whole situation is, I remember when, first things first, I've wanted to do this show for a very long time. Done the wrestling class in 2014, tried many podcasts. This has been the most successful and easy one to do. That's because of you. So if it's Thanksgiving, I'm grateful for you and doing this show with me and being consistent with me every week, even though we still show up. Like, I know you want to be here, and I wouldn't be able to do that without you.
It's those bastards' fault for getting married.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be able to do that I wouldn't be able to do this show without you, and obviously without Sonu. I even asked him if he wanted anything. He didn't say he wanted anything, but I knew I was going to get you the Bret jacket. We're both Bret Hart fans. We're both huge Bret Hart fans, Canadian born. We grew up loving Bret, but you know, Macho's my guy. He's always been my guy. I've been a huge Macho Man fan. The first Chalkline jacket I ever got was...
Just remind me, I got something to say about that after, though.
The first Chalkline jacket I ever got was that Macho Man jacket. I wore it a few episodes back, and I talked about it and everything. And I knew your guy was the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
So this is the thing, okay? So Chalkline, this is like from their first release, when that Macho Man, they don't have many of these in stock.
Yeah.
I think they have a couple of smalls and mediums. And I was on their website, I'm like, oh, this is still available. So I especially reached out to make sure that they could get me one of those for you.
Oh.
So we got you an Ultimate Warrior Chalkline jacket.
Sick.
Not as these are rare, man. Like this is like one of the first ones they dropped. At the same time they dropped that Macho Man one. And like I said, we're both Bret guys, but I know Macho's my guy. I know Warrior was always your guy.
That's why I like that.
And it's a little bit darker than the Bret one. It's not bright pink. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. Should I throw it on?
Yeah, throw it on.
I'll throw it on.
So that's what I mean. Chalkline brings people together. So if you're gonna buy Chalkline official jackets, make sure you do it. Use my promo code TWC15.
Just so you guys know, I wore the Bret one when I came in here, and it's very similar in color to the one Justin's wearing.
I'm wearing a Shawn
so I took it off.
red one.
I'm like, there is no chance in hell I'm gonna look that similar to you. That's just, you know, I'm not gonna use the word that I use, but I'm not doing that.
He was wearing the bright pink OG Bret Hart jacket that they just restocked.
I dig the white sleeves.
But I know too, giving a huge shout out to the El Segundo Brewing Company, ESB Brews on Instagram, for giving us some of this Stone Cold Steve Austin beer. I showed it last week. I said we're gonna drink it today.
Cracked mine.
Yesterday was Stone Cold's birthday, so I actually cracked one yesterday and had it for the first time ever.
Happy birthday, Stone Cold.
Happy birthday to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Happy birthday to you.
This is one hell of a beer. One hell of an IPA. And I'm not gonna lie, first sip, like, what's your impression?
Good stuff.
It's killer, right? It's got like a citrusy kick.
That's good IPA. That's good IPA. It's not a lot of aftertaste. That's one thing that pisses me off about the IPAs.
I love what it says on the side too. It's like Broken Skull IPA, a badass 6.7 India Pale Ale, designed by Steve Austin, ESBC, for the working man and working woman.
So like a beer for the working man.
It features Citra, Cascade, and Chinook hops to deliver big flavor with an easy finish.
Stop yelling at me.
Now stop reading and start enjoying this awesome beer. Cheers, Steve.
I'm surprised you read that much.
Oh, I read it wrong, but the first things first, though, it's a great beer.
I didn't know you know how to read.
Check it out. It's available in California next couple of months, but right now that's my early prediction.
All right.
Another prediction is Edge wins the Rumble. We'll see what happens there. But Edge just comes out and wins the Rumble. And I was like, Edge is back. What?
On this day.
The rated R superstar. Okay, I think we're good for this week. I think the beer hit us.
No. It was one beer, dude. I'm not you.
You don't know about me, man. I barely drink no more. I'm fucking.
Yeah, okay. You said on the air you've only had one. And I saw you make a video of it yesterday.
Yeah. And I was lit yesterday.
So you've been drunk for a full day of one beer.
No, I'm just saying this one now too. Broken Skull.
Don't ever put me in with your lightweight bullshit, okay?
Okay.
Just don't.
What do you mean, man? You already finished yours too.
Yeah, I'm not a lightweight like you.
I stopped drinking it that much many moons ago. But anyways,
you're not driving home, are you?
No. No, it's a PSA. Don't drink and drive. And I
Unless
think
you want
to. I think we're gonna end that off with this positive message that we just sent you guys. Great after school special. This is definitely not your regular Boy Meets World. Hope you guys all enjoy your week.
Mr. Feeney is a pervert.
Feeney! No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Not at all. To pay this, what happens if this ends? Then what? Like, everybody is still always trying to figure it out. And you just gotta live life, man, and just do you and do, whatever you want to do, and just roll with the punches, man. You will get knocked down a bazillion times. You will fail a bazillion times. But all the times you get knocked down and you fail are just gonna help you achieve what you want to achieve because you're ready for it, man. I've been knocked down and been in so many crappy situations that anytime something crappy happens, I'm like, I'll be all right. I'll get through this one. You know, you've been there for a lot of the times. I got
so what's your takeaway mantra? Your advice? What is it that you just like?
Embrace the madness, man. Embrace it.
Of course.
Embrace the madness.
Mine won't be as succinct.
Embrace the madness because within the good and the bad, it'll all work out as long as you keep a positive mental attitude.
Mine, I guess, is like everyone else also has no idea what they're doing. And the main thing is you just have to show up to things in general. Like, people are so afraid to, and when I mean show up, it's from like, yes, go outside and go to that stupid party you don't want to go to because you never know who will actually be there who could end up being someone else in your life, be it emotional or like a job opportunity or a network opportunity.
110%.
That's like the beginning of the spectrum, all the way to like just move to the country that you want to go to or move to the city that you're like too afraid to and figure it out from there. If you fail, you fail. Like it is possible to like fail, and there's levels of privilege there in me saying that. But at the same time, like, what happens? Like, I was super broke when I was in Korea.
Yeah.
But I made it work. I got a credit card and got super in debt, but it was totally worth it and opened up so many doors. It's
always worth it. How many times have I randomly showed up places I wasn't supposed to be and it ended up being like
a lot.
I think that triple threat would be great, and Murphy takes a fall. And Brock keeps the title. Alistair doesn't technically lose.
I'm on board. Book it.
But
book
we get
Justin.
It's probably not going to happen. But if that's my fantasy booking, and I think it's good to go because you can protect Alistair. Murphy can show us why he's one of the best again, and Brock can keep the belt, and it gets us away. It gets us through Royal Rumble, and then we'll see what happens at Mania.
And it doesn't really make Buddy look that bad if Brock beats him because Brock beats everybody.
Yeah, and back to my main point, Buddy so far has proven that he's one of those guys. Whether it's against Roman, I think he beat Daniel Bryan, but whether it's against Roman, whether it's against Bryan, whether it's against Aleister Black, he can make himself look good, whether he wins or loses.
Yeah, I agree. I'm into it. Now I want. See, this is the problem. I hate your fantasy. I literally hate your fantasy bookings because I never happen, and you would convince me that like, oh, that's gonna happen, and you make me excited about it.
So
and
good,
never takes place.
Imagine Black taking Lesnar out of the match.
Bobby Lashley with Lana at ringside against Brock Lesnar, and I'm like, damn it, Justin!
That better not be the case.
It was a 3-way.
Watch it end up being like Bobby Lashley versus Rusev versus Brock Lesnar instead. I'm like, why is this a thing?
I'm so mad.
I just stick with the facts.
I was always a fan of Muda. I like Jushin Thunder Liger, who's now retired. I've always been a fan of Shibata.
You've always been a fan of Shibata
since back in the day when I first saw him, like in 2006. Like I was a G dude.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what you did. He's probably doing MMA.
No, he left and New Japan Wrestling in 2006 to go do MMA, and then he was in pro wrestling.
So you saw him right before he left.
I watched him 3-4 times before he left.
What did you see him in 2006?
On fucking YouTube and shit, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to fucking be. I'm a wrestling.
I got this guy riled up. He's swearing off the bat.
I'm trying not to swear. I had to like stumble words so I didn't say swear words. But like that was the whole story. Is the fact that he's
did he win it before he came back as his new character?
Yeah.
Nobody watched New Japan back
No, he won it. No, and he won it with this character. The story is that he never beat Okada.
Oh, okay.
And the story is that 2 years at Wrestle Kingdom, he lost to Okada. And if you go even further back, like when Okada started rising up, like he beat Naito back in like 2007 or something. And Okada was on the rise and came and challenged who was a champion back then, Tanahashi, and everyone thought it was funny, and then Okada became this big star. Like, trust me, I know my Japanese wrestling, even though I don't watch all that. Okay, I can tell you the whole history of Japan right now, from Wrestle Kingdom 1 to then, because I'm a nerd. Like I said, I go on Google, I go on YouTube, I watch stuff because I like to know things about wrestling, even though I don't watch all the time.
Yeah.
But like, listen, I never grew up with ECW, but I know a lot about ECW now just because I'm a nerd. But I'm a wrestling nerd. But
this week,
no,
it's not refreshed on it. You're such a phony.
I'm not a phony. I know my shit, and you're disappointed because like, where is this coming from?
You're as big of a fraud as the moon.
You don't even know what I know.
I know what you know.
What I know,
and you know that I know
what I know.
Yeah.
You know, okay?
You know shit. You don't even like Japanese people.
I do. I don't know where you came up with this theory.
And this is the guy. Japanese wrestling's all about matches.
Yeah.
You've been going on and on since the show started, since I met you. You don't give a shit about matches.
No,
I watch wrestling with you. You don't even watch the matches. You wait till it's over, you watch the ending, and you watch the angles.
When I watch WWE, I want entertainment. When I watch New Japan, we've talked about this.
We've got episodes.
But
we've talked about the story.
We've talked about this in previous episodes. When I watch New Japan, I actually watch it for the wrestling. When I watch WWE, I want to be entertained. you know what? I'm totally okay with stupid weddings and dumb angles.
You're probably that guy
WWE.
sitting there like, why
If
are
there
these guys forearming each other in the head so much?
If there was stupid like angles in New Japan, I'd be disappointed.
Why are they counting to 20?
I expect
What's going on right now?
I expect different things from different shows. This show's off the rails. I don't.
Yeah.
What else is going on here? Sorry, my hair is.
You're a New Japan buff. You should know about
I
that LA
do, I
dojo.
do. Shibata is one of the trainers out that LA dojo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I just know my stuff, man. What can I say? I'm just an encyclopedia of New Japan Pro Wrestling
I
here.
don't think so.
You don't
Spitting
know,
random
so
facts.
that's a problem. What you know, what you don't know now, you know. Okay, telling you, man. I don't know what else to talk about, guys. What else happened on Wrestle Kingdom? This is the worst episode yet.
I thought you watched it.
I did, but everything I say, I just get shut down anyway. So tell me what else you liked.
I thought he was a New Japan professional.
Yeah, what you're
I
supposed-
told
Where's
you.
your notes? Did I not tell you to write notes?
I've been swamped this
With
week.
what?
With school just started.
Jesus,
I'm out of
this
it
is why we
now.
can't have children on the show. They're fired after this.
What do you mean?
He's younger than us. He's still in school. I don't know.
Yeah, so what's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm just saying. You're
Well,
supposed
you
to
go
make
to
notes. Jeez. Okay. You are a problem today, sir.
You shouldn't
Devin
have
take the lead today.
You shouldn't have started talking about Japan, man.
I was actually gonna jump into Raw and SmackDown, all these other things in a circle. That was about. There was a point that I'll admit. I kind of felt like it was dragging. I'm like, we all knew that Moxie's gonna take.
Did you know that
Jericho
John
out, but it
Moxley
took so long.
was in New Japan at one
Yes, I
point?
did. Yeah.
New Japan regular?
Yeah. No, not regular. He's been around.
It was
He's
actually
been
a
around lot.
2019.
2018, 2019. You know, he
US
wrestled in
champion.
shorts for a bit. Yeah. I think he won the
With Shooter.
IWGP United States Championship or something.
That's
like
who I
that.
want to see go to the top.
Yeah.
Shooter.
Yeah, Shooter.
His little promos with
Yeah.
Shooter were awesome, dude.
Those are classics.
Right?
Those are really
So
good.
funny.
Those are really good.
Yeah, well said, Shooter. This guy just stands there quietly and shit.
Gave him a jacket. Okay, they're
So
they're good.
Hey, Shooter! We're going to Red Lobster.
Anyways, we're not talking about Japanese wrestling anymore since Devin's not really a big fan of talking about Japanese wrestling over here.
No one ever gets. You know?
No, that's true.
Fraud.
I'm not like next week, guys, we're gonna have a Japanese.
joke, man.
We're gonna have a
Take a
Japanese
joke.
wrestling test. Me versus Devin.
It's gonna be a showdown.
Winner takes all.
Is this multiple twice?
Yeah, we're gonna have a what's it called? Like a Jeopardy, I guess. I don't know.
Scantron?
Yeah, Scantron. Multiple choice test. Me versus Devin on Japanese wrestling.
Number 2 pencil?
Yeah. Oni. No lead pencils.
Generic music they always used to give the Japanese wrestler, like
Yeah.
Orient Express and stuff.
Yeah. What's that? Master Saito? Saito?
Tanaka.
Taka Mikanushi?
Taka Michinoku. This guy's got it.
Taka Mikanushi.
Now you can call him a fraud. Now
I
you can call him
told
a
you
fraud.
he's racist. That's what he said. He's making fun of the. He couldn't have just stopped when he said it wrong. He kept going and then made fun of
I
it.
want to be able to. How do you say it?
Michinoku.
Michinoku. Okay, thank you. I was having trouble there.
Funaki's
Indeed.
still there.
He's gonna
Indeed.
chopper your pee.
That was
Valvidez. Yamaguchi-san.
Oh, man.
Sonny Ono for the win. Anyways, guys.
He invented the selfie.
And then in 2014, when I started my page on Instagram, everyone's talking about the Bullet Club. They're talking about Finn Balor. They're talking about all this stuff. And I started watching Japanese wrestling again now.
Prince Devitt.
Yeah, Prince Devitt. And
This is basically that whole rant was just like one of your posts.
yeah, it was.
That was you got a formula. I like that. I
And
respect
that was to let people know that Devin's a fraud calling me a fraud. Because I know my shit, and I admittedly didn't watch as much as other people, but I am a student of the game, and I like to know things, and I like to learn things, and I like to read, and I like to spend hours on Google and Wikipedia and all these things and learning what happened and going back and watching matches I think might be interesting and the history of people's stuff,
Watch
because
Carl Anderson
I
and Shinsuke,
am
man. Do it.
the wrestling classic, and I am obsessed with wrestling, and I do like Japanese wrestling, and I'm not a racist. And yeah,
You have the last
Carl
one.
Anderson versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, do it. Watch it. There's a few of them.
Okay, I'll check Dave Meltzer's ratings on Cage Match, and
Form your own opinion on that one. Eh?
then I'll form my own. No, but that's the thing. Like, I'll look at his ratings, see what he
Yeah.
likes, and sometimes some of his matches that are 5-star ratings aren't 5-star matches for me. I would give it a different rating.
Wrestler of the year
Just just overall. You want to know the rest of the years
Yeah.
of last year?
last year.
That's a good question because we never did like a 2020 or 2019 end of the year rewards or anything. But rest of the year last year,
Adam Cole.
Hey, they.
he killed in the end half when they're doing all the NWO stuff. I mean the.
All right, that's a wrap.
Call it. Call it.
NXT invasion stuff. Guys, this show's over. We'll talk about this another time.
Stay tuned next week.
I'll tell you who my wrestler of the year was next week. Have a good night. That's the end.
Let him Google some
Embrace
guys.
the madness. Ooh, yeah, dig it. you're going to make a New Year's resolution, I think it's a silly thing, but, you know, we do make them. It is a thing that humans do in society is make New Year's resolutions. Make one to not only just better yourself, but to live your life to the fullest and do what you want to do, because you only live once. I'm not going to say YOLO because I just did, but you only live once. And you might as well just take advantage of it. Trust me, man. The last thing you want to do is be in your deathbed and sitting there being like, man, I didn't even try. Like, I live your life with the least amount of regrets. Trust me. And when bad shit happens, it happens. Trust me, there's a silver lining to every bad thing that happens to you. Because you got to fail, you got to fall, and you got to be put in some tough situations to become a smarter, wiser, stronger person and ready to kick some ass the next day. So do the thing. I'm going to read it. And I sometimes I make grammar mistakes on my page, so I might mess up this. But let's see. I used to say, here it is, the big, long speech that I would post many, many times. Professional wrestling is my escape. It's my sanctuary and my peace of mind. A day doesn't go by where the greatest form of art and athleticism doesn't cross my mind. It's been amazing a lot of the times, but also hard to watch at times. Similar to life itself, it can't and won't always be perfect or go your way, but it doesn't bother me. It's the memories that it has left me with that has already made it a part of me. I grew up with wrestling. I grew up watching my heroes and these stories on the screen. I was fascinated by the over-the-top, larger-than-life characters and the everlasting battle between good and evil. If anything, wrestling stayed loyal to me, loyal through everything I've been through. It was wrestling that kept me sane, the only thing that was a constant in my life. It's a magical form of entertainment, more magical than any other sport, televised program, or feature film. Think about it. It's the only sport or entertainment form that when you hear the sound of a gong, a freaking gong, nothing else matters. And you forget about reality. It's the only sport or form of entertainment that when you're watching it, your imagination takes full control and anything is possible. It allows you to forget the rules of reality and you're lost in this world of wrestling. It's the only scripted or manufactured form of art that millions who admire wrestling can be as passionate and loyal as fans of competitive sports, reality TV shows, or series like Star Wars and stuff like that as well. It connects us with specific periods or stages of our lives. It's the melodramatic story that never ends. It's the greatest illusion of a mythical world within a normal universe. It's like being in Never Never Land. It connects you to your pure imagination. And that is what professional wrestling is to me. And I know a lot of you guys can relate to that and hit home. Yeah, that was a little cheesy and a little corny, but it's the truth. If wrestling's my escape, and the Wrestling Classic has been a huge part of my escape. On my good days, on my bad days, on my good moods, or my shitty moods, I always have you guys to talk wrestling with, and it's always been great. So cheers to all of you.